welcome back to my channel from beautiful sunny Bridgetown in Western Australia. So this is a new project I'm starting, as I mentioned in my last video, that finally I'm now starting my project on my little modest koi spawning area. So I hope the ideas I have to do it will work out, and for that I will flick you around and show you what has to be done and what's coming up. Okay, here we are. First, there's Shadow. He will inspect my work while I'm in this area. He loves lying in the sand here. So at the moment I'm emptying the spa over there, all the water out of the spa, and it's not all will go into this tub here. It's 1,000, I think it's 1,000 litre, but I put it in there, and this is not for filling up the next pond or the spawning pond. This is just for using it in the garden, to water plants and stuff. Because honestly, here in Australia, we have to be very mindful of our water, and just to dump this water out of the spa will be a waste of really money and a waste of resources. Plus, I had it mostly empty 2 months ago, and with all the rain we got, it was completely filled up again. Good, that's almost done. That's almost full. The rest of the water will just be emptied here in the garden. So and what I'll have to do today is clear all this area, get the solar panel a bit out of the way to get a bit more access, so that spa will get moved for the time being somewhere in the corner there. I'm not getting rid of it, because this will be eventually like a quarantine area. So if I buy koi, get some koi, they go in there and they be quarantined for a couple of weeks before they go in the main pond or any other pond. So I really want to make sure not to put new koi straight in the pond. I'll get off that method. You shouldn't do that, as you all know. So clean this area up, make it all nice and level. Then I'll put a concrete pad in, and I will use 30mm PVC piping that I'll integrate into the concrete pad. So, and that will then be connected to the solar panel with a little solar pump. So when the sun comes up, the pump will start turning the water, moving it through the panel, and then heat up the concrete pad. And then the entire area, I will put like a little winter house. I will build like a winter house. This little old rainwater tank I will cut a bit smaller. That will become the pond, but it will be fiberglassed from the inside, and the walls get insulated, and then it will sit on the concrete, and then from underneath gets warmed up. Plus the entire winter garden area is you're basically insulated. We can say these polyester insulated clear sheets. So that's the plan. First I have a lot to do cleaning this up, and that tank is not overfilling, so I better turn the pump off, or just dump the water somewhere. Okay, come back to you when I get to the next part of the project. Okay, I'm back, and it's a week later, and this update about the progress on the koi spawn facility I'm building. It's not going so well as I was hoping. I had a big what's it called, a throwback last week. I mentioned it in the previous video, but that week was pretty wet, and I started the job and then it just got, I always keep going even in the drizzle, and then after a while it got more and more rain and I was just sloshing out there in the mud and clay. I gave up, so I didn't go. I didn't get much done, but I'll show you what I got done. I'll turn you around. The main ponds all great, fine. The ground, everything good. Let me turn you around. Okay, here we are. So over there, the ground pond is doing very good. No dramas as usual. Temperature there is about 16 degrees in the water, because we had now, while I was gone for work, we had really warm weather, and yeah, I was surprised when I checked the temperatures. In the ground was 16 something, and then here in the main pond I was actually really surprised. It was 17.8 degree. Had warmed up, and I checked with 2 different thermometers, because I first thought, nah, there was something wrong with my thermometer, but no, it was 17.8 degree, or on the other one it was 17.7, but yeah, that's okay. You know, I had a little surprise when I hear the Bog River up there, it's working fine. However, and this is the thing that shocked me when I came back from work. When I was leaving, I didn't really see any water dropping in my pond. And when I came back, it was night time, and the water level had dropped quite significantly in the main pond. I mean, not that it was danger, but it was about a centimeter lower than normal. So I was, that's a bit strange. And I thought, the only explanation is, must be something in the Bog River. That's the only thing that has changed, and I thought maybe the Bog River stuffed up on me. So, and then I saw that the water level here at the exit point was higher than when I left, and the little elbow must have moved or whatever I had done, and I thought it just siphoned water out over the concrete, just basically overflew. But to make it this short, it actually wasn't the problem. The problem was, and this is on my own stupidity, I have to admit, that I drilled a hole into the fiberglass on the old Bog River I had drilled a couple holes in there to make a little bit of a support for the sheets for the planters. And I did not realize that where I've drilled the holes, with raising of the water level with that elbow in air over there at the exit, the water level would actually go into the holes. So the water was escaping through the holes into the brickwork. So okay, fixed that. I took it all off, siliconed it, put the screws back in, but I wasn't happy with the water level. So the elbow head, I thought, it's so hard to adjust, and I checked all the planters, all these planter boxes here, and with all the elbow and the water level much lower, they're all sitting still in the water. It's just not fully submerged. They're just maybe sitting that much in the water, and I think that's totally fine. That maybe even better if they're just sitting slightly in the water and then can send their roots down into the water. So I took the elbow off, even the little rubber coupling I had to make it a bit more better attached to the exit. I took it all off, and it's running it this way, and I'm confident it will be all fine. And since then, and this is now a couple of days ago, because it's now Friday, I sorted it out on Wednesday. The water level hasn't dropped in the pond at all, so I'm pretty happy with that. And now I'll show you how far I got with that project, what this video is mainly about. I didn't, as I said, I didn't get a lot done. In the last video you saw me just moving or clearing the area. So I cleared the area and I moved the spar. What was a pain to do? The spar's over there in the corner. I moved it over these timber beams. They eventually will all go, but I couldn't be bothered doing that last week. So I moved it over there, I cleared this area, and I start digging the outlay for the concrete pad. The concrete pad will be about 75 to 80 mil thick. Yeah, as you can see, this is what I started digging, and then it was just getting too wet, and I got to come. I was just covered in clay mud. My boots are full of clay, and I thought, nah, it's cold as a day. Stuff like this, it's not going to work. So my project for the day is getting this concreted, get the framework up to contain the concrete, make it all level, put the rebar in, everything, and hopefully today it will be all concreted, and then it's done. And in the meantime, in between, I got that old rainwater tank in here. As you can see, I cut that off there. So this is about 1.10 meter high, deep. It is a bit battered. I have to still clean it inside from all the leaves. I mean, it is quite battered. You know, I had a tough life. I got it from our paddocks down there, and it's not waterproof at all. I tried it once to waterproof with a bit of marine sealant, but that didn't work, and that's fine. So what now will happen? I got the insulation boards here. So these are insulation boards. I will put them on the wall here. There will be a bottom drain, a proper bottom drain going in there, and that is over here. Because that's metal, this bottom drain will be connected to the bottom of the tank. This goes on the bottom of the tank, and then from this on the other side and screwed it together. Now you can see I've worked on this a little bit, and I made a cut, crudely cut this a bit out, made this thinner for one reason, because what will happen is the fiberglass will go over here. So there's first fiberglass everything nicely against this part, and then I fiberglass over inside, and I want here this nice lip for, and this is what I cut for stainless steel fabricator. And then here I want to get a stainless steel grate with slots in there, and that just lies flush with the floor in here. So that is the idea, because being basically a spawning and then a fire containment area, I don't want to have a normal bottom drain cover. That will defeat the purpose. I want a grate that has slots in there, a bit finer, and probably even in the fire station there will be the netting in there when they're big enough that it can't go through the grates. Bang, perfect. At least that's what I hope. Yeah, and I got it. Elbow, that will be the return into this here. So basically it will be connected on the side here. I'll connect it on, and then fiberglass, or insulation first, and then fiberglass against it. So that is all 90 mil piping. This is an old bottom drain I had for my first pond on this block. So as you can see, I started the mistake there, going from 110 to 90 mil down. Did it in my main pond, the same mistake. At that time I thought it was hard to find 110 mil piping. I mean, I learnt my mistake now. It's quite easily available here. So next pond will be all 110 pipe. Good, this is that part now. Now I will go and start clearing that bit more, doing the framework for the concrete, and then I'll come back to you probably after I did the concrete, because there's no sense in filming how I do the concreting. I mean, I'll come in between and show you quick with the rebar and the piping that goes in. But yeah. Okay. See you in a flash. We're back and everything is formed and prepared for another concrete. So yeah, it took me a bit longer than I anticipated. I don't think I will get all the concreting done today. However, I got the rebar in, and I got the piping in for the underfloor heating, as you like to say to this. The depression for the bottom drain, I'll put in there. That's the bucket with the weight or the dirt in there, right? And this beam, that's basically bottom drain. And this year I want to keep as a channel, because I don't want cover the bottom drain cemented in, and that's just purely that I want that the bottom drain, if I disuse this or we move to somewhere else, I like to just pick this all up and then transfer it to the next location without losing it, and let it basically be here, go to waste. So that's why the bottom drain, I'll leave the hole there. Basically the pond with the bottom drain will be set flush onto the concrete, pipe work in the channel. It will be open, but that doesn't matter, because the filter probably will go through here, and if I want closer I can put maybe something on top of it. But yeah, I don't want concreted in, so it's always movable. So yeah, these pipes are concentrated in that area a bit more. Took it in, so that's where that pond tank will be. So that's where I want most of the heat radiating through the floor into the water. And then the concrete will just be nicely warm, so when nighttime comes it still radiates warmth out and keeps hopefully the temperature pretty stable. But look, I'm not an expert, I'm not saying this will work or will not work. I just hope it gives enough warmth up. Okay, so now let's start the concrete, and I'll see. Hopefully I can finish it today, but I doubt it. It's already 4:45. It'll give me about 2 hours. Okay, catch you later. Oh, we're back, and I made it and got the concrete slab done. Didn't take me too long, and I just made it with the cement. I mean, I had 5 bags, and the 5 bags went all in this. So, but yeah, I'm very happy with the outcome. 75 mil thick slab. I just now hope that when it sets, I still get the beam out there in the middle. But yeah, I think that should be the biggest drama. We'll do that probably tomorrow first thing in the morning, and then my plan for tomorrow is fiberglassing the pond tank. I'll let this settle for the next week, till I can start putting the structure on and the panels. Okay, oh yeah, and then as soon as it's settled, probably tomorrow morning, it should be still soft enough that I can burnish it a bit and get the surface a bit more smoother. Okay, that's for me here. I hope you enjoyed this little update about my new project. Yep, stay tuned. Enjoy your hobby and see you next time. Thanks for watching.